We are here on the farm working on this Memorial Day Monday. We picked some tomatoes from the garden today. These are actually one of the biggest tomatoes we've been able to grow. It got a little bit of pest damage, but I think we're just going to slice that part off. And then we have some of the little grape and cherry tomatoes. And I've been picking the dry black-eyed peas pods for my black-eyed peas plants. I like to let them dry on the plant, so then when you open them up, you actually get these little black-eyed peas. And you can either plant these and grow some more, or save them dry and cook them just like you would any type of bean. I'm going to be taking them all out of the pods and saving them in a jar so we can cook later on. We have plants all over the place, so I gotta wait till they all dry up just like this, when they're nice and crispy and like the outside is very light and it just opens right up, and you take the pods out. You can also eat these when they're still green on the plant, but you want to pick them early before this outside skin gets tough. But I have cooked them just like that, just similar to green beans, string beans. They're good that way too, but I just like to dry them out because I can preserve them for longer. We also got our green beans planted in our garden back here that we prepped the other day. So we had just enough. We bought like one of those value size bags of green bean seeds that Tractor Supply sells, and it was just enough to do our whole entire garden, especially focusing on this half of it where we didn't have anything else planted. Once I got closer to the tomatoes and the sunflowers over there, we kind of just utilized the rows that were empty and worked around the plants that are already there, like our tomato plants and sunflowers. But we got quite a few. I'm not sure how many seeds that bag brought, but it was like the value size one. I think it was like $8 or $9. So you can see our little rows. We just carved out rows, planted the seeds about 6 inches apart. We try to make the rows about a little less than a foot width apart. And then he is spraying the compost tea that he made. He made like 2 buckets worth of compost tea. Just spraying it where we planted the seeds, just to give it extra like vitamins and minerals and nutrients for the seeds to have a good start. I find that beans and green beans don't really require a lot of fertilization. That'll just give them the extra boost that they need just to get started quickly and get started on a good start. And they say that if you soak your beans before planting, that makes them germinate even faster, but we did not do that this time around. I just planted them straight from the pack. So we moved our little turkeys out here. These are some of the first turkeys that we hatched. We only have 2 of them. We had 2 more, but for some reason something went wrong with those. They were like very, very small. You see how big those 2 are? They were probably 1/3 of the size. Like they were still stuck like in baby stage, not too much bigger than this one over here. So I'm not really sure what is wrong. We kept one. My son wanted to kind of try to nurse it back into health, but I think it's just going to be a runt. It's not going to grow very good. The other one we dispatched because there was something seriously wrong with its leg, and it wasn't caused by an injury. It just kind of like started rotating backwards. So I have to do some research on that, if there's any type of nutrient deficiencies or diseases that causes that in turkeys. But it wasn't getting around very good. It couldn't walk, and its whole leg was almost like backwards. Like it was slowly twisting backwards more and more every day. It was getting worse, and it just couldn't like get to the food and to the water. So we just decided to dispatch it. And then the other one, my son, he just fell in love with it. He wants to keep it, and he's nursing it back to health and helping it walk. It also has something wrong with its legs, but the legs aren't turning backwards like the other one was, so it's not as bad. He just kind of loses his balance when it starts walking too fast. But other than that, it can get to its food and water perfectly fine. We let it outside in the grass to walk around, and it fares pretty good. We have it in the patio right now in a separate cage because I don't want it to have to compete for food and water with these turkeys over here. But that was our project for today, was getting the green beans on the ground. And it is almost animal feeding time, so we're gonna feed the animals for the night. And that's pretty much it. We waited till it was a little bit later to get those beans planted, and then we're gonna set the sprinkler on so they can get a really good soaking. And we'll share the progress on how those grow. And I'm very excited for the harvest of green beans. The packet said 50 days until harvest, so we'll see, because sometimes things tend to take a little bit longer than what the packet says. But I believe in about 2 months we should have some green beans ready to harvest. So I just wanted to give you guys the update on what was today's little project on the farm. It was just pretty much a relaxing day today. We went to the store for a couple things, and we didn't do much of today. Not too much outdoor work and nothing else, no events or anything. So that is our full garden view from this side. So soon this will be nice and full, because we have all of these plants already growing here, plus all the green beans that are very quick growing as well. So we should have this whole garden in production. And then the next thing we have to do is clean out our other gardens so we can figure out what we want to plant in those, because I want to plant just one type of vegetable in each of our gardens. So we got space in this one over here and space in the one that's next to our little shed shop, so we can start fresh and plant something new in there. But that is it for this update in this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Nothing going on in these pots yet. We planted some more tomatoes and some watermelon in this pot. Still waiting for that to hatch, or to sprout from the seeds. So that is it for today. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll keep you guys updated on all the new things happening.